All right, y'all. So we ran the machine, ran some product through, gave some away. It's great product, great price point. We're going to talk about that later on in this video. So this is our review of where we are, and yes, we're going to make changes as we go, as we learn. So basically, we're just looking at space and what we can do within the space. So we have a health inspection today. I did this video. It is a Tuesday. We have our final inspection Thursday, and we had to change some things. We had to change the water and how it was done. So I'm going to take you in and I'm going to show you the final setup before our inspection. All right, guys, let's go in and take it all in here in our floor. We'll back it out a little bit. All right, so we got the air running. Woo, nice and cool. There's our lights. We got those at Walmart. They're LEDs. And they have a pull chain. All right, right here, guys. This is our little setup we got. We got some inflatables in this box so that we can show, try to get some people going and everything. We got some buckets there for waste and mix. We got all of our gloves, our straws. We got our cups. This is replacement rings and grease for the machine. Stearamine sanitizer with the strips. You gotta have that. Food sanitation, rinse-free contact wipes, guys. So little umbrellas for the floats. This is a siphon pump. I got it at Home Depot, and I'll show you what this is for in just a minute. Got our freezer there. Health department said it was okay to have it on the floor because it has feet. That's where we'll have like our leftover ice cream. We have pre-frozen containers, maybe some pre-frozen flavors. This is our stand for our window. We'll have a register and everything. We'll also have a cooler down there with our sodas and our bottled waters. So here's our plumbing setup, guys. Right here, you got our fuse box plug in. There's a plug in right there. This is a 5-gallon tank. Let's take you down here and show you what we got. There's our sub pump. Okay, our fresh water. Has to be a rectangle tank. All right. Right here, we got our 7-gallon wastewater tank. We have a hot water heater. And as you see, we got dedicated hot water lines and we have dedicated cold water lines. So this is the pump cord pumping the water. This way it goes to the hot and it splits right up there into the hot side of each sink. And then this is your cold line splitting and it goes into your cold side. So we have our 3-compartment sink. We have our hand washing sink. And the only thing that's not here is a partition. So I have, in the house, I have acrylic glass that goes in between this sink, behind this, and up this way. So all this has to be closed in an acrylic rectangle, if that makes sense. Gonna go like that and around. That way this is contained as a hand washing sink. We have our hand washing signs to hang up. They'll go on the wall. We'll have our soap and our paper towels behind the partition. If I didn't, guys, if I only put a partition right here, I could not use any of this space. So if I put a back partition, I can have cups and things like that back here. So, and utilize the space. Here's our drying rack with the mat. We covered up that hole. We covered it up and we stained it. So we put a drying rack and a mat on top. And yet we put a kitchen mat down there in case we do have a little bit of water drops or leaks. It will not run anywhere in the camper. And our little mini trash can. And that's it, guys. We are gonna remove this painter's tape and this door slides down and opens up and we'll be ready. This ice cream machine, we have it covered up right now because we've been in here working and everything. But yeah, so that's our setup, guys. We walled this whole thing in, put the floor in, and that's our setup. We're gonna try to sell some ice cream. What's up, guys? This is Mitch here, and we're back doing this Dole Whip breakdowns. So we talked about, we guys saw the videos. Thank you for watching the first video of our pop-up conversion. We have over 10,000 views on TikTok. We have a lot of views on YouTube. If you want to watch the full videos, make sure you check out my YouTube, Mitch Mitchum TV. I'm blogging all kinds of stuff, just daily life and vacations, and of course this business that we've been starting. So if you haven't watched, go back and watch the videos of the camper build. We bought a camper, old vintage Coleman pop-out camper. It was already gutted out for the most part. We framed it, we walled it in. We wanted to start a business, and I couldn't go out and finance a $30,000 food trailer or go out and buy a trailer and then fix it up. So we had to do this kind of on a budget. We've been working on this since April the 1st. We bought the camper last October, and it's set in the driveway until spring, and we've been working every weekend on this thing for the past 3 months. Putting a lot of hours on the weekends, a lot of long days. I work Monday through Friday, so the only time we could do it is on the weekend, and then we have to use our own money to fund this. So we've kind of had to stage it. We're going to go over the finances. I did use a Lowe's credit card for about $400 worth of stuff when I first started building the camper, and also the ice cream machine I bought on Amazon. I actually financed it through Progressive Leasing, 90 days, same as cash. We're going to talk about that a little bit more at the end on what we did to buy this thing on a budget and get it completed. So let's talk about money. So money, camper was $400, and I'll put the running total up here on the screen for you guys. So like I said, it was gutted out, full of wasps. If you go back and watch that video, that thing had so many wasps in it. Like, holy crap, Batman. I even got stung. And yeah, was not great. And guys, I'm not a carpenter. I'm not a mechanic. I have a table saw and an articulating saw and a skill saw. Very basic tools. Harbor Freight specials, if you know what I mean. Nothing crazy. I don't have a shop or anything like that. We just built this in our driveway. So here's the thing. So let's talk about costs, and then we'll talk about rules and regulations and things like that on having a commercial food trailer. So $400 for the camper. It's still up there. At home at Lowe's, we spent a total of $566.64. Boom. We'll add that total up there. Now, granted, I did use my Lowe's credit card for about $450 of that. It is almost paid off. So we have a little bit left out on that, but that was basically for lumber and materials at Lowe's. Paint, which was really expensive if you go back and watch the video. And we painted this thing to look shabby. If you look at it, it's painted and then repainted, and we wanted to have that beach shack vibe, you know, kind of disdained, and you know, something you'd see on the side of the beach, just serving up some great stuff. So Home Depot, we spent $325.44, and we'll add that to the total there. Like I said, that's basically plumbing supplies, little odd and end things that we needed, receptacles, stuff for the electric, screws, all that kind of stuff that you would need in building something like this. And it was some trial and error on some stuff. We would buy a couple pieces, have to go back and get another piece, and basically all the plumbing went into that. So yeah, so we have the Home Depot. Amazon was a big one for us. So Amazon, we ordered all of our supplies to start. Okay, the blow ups that you've seen on my Facebook page. I haven't showed them in the video yet because we haven't had it out and open and set up, but that's to come. $684.49 on Amazon, and that was basically the mini freezer, okay, the cups, straws, sanitation wipes, the sanitizer. I did order a couple of plumbing things on there. That was for the blow-ups, the advertising that we bought. Napkins, pretty much disposable or take-home containers for the ice cream. So all that just to start, and we bought a bag of mix onto that to test, a bag of lemon. So all that added up to $684.49. Now that does not include the ice cream machine. The ice cream machine with fees and the finance fees and everything came to right at $1,400. So we're going to add that in at the end. We're not going to talk about that right now because that's the only thing that's not paid off. eBay. So I bought the pump, the heater, the water heater, the 3-compartment sink, and the fuse box, which if you go back and watch the video, I show how much I paid for those. All together was $241.61. So, which is not bad at all. That was the cheapest place I could find that stuff. And the hot water heater does work. It takes a few seconds to get hot, but for $35.95, I'm not going to complain. All right. So total that all together, we're going to spin that total around $2,218.18 for everything that we have out there, everything that we did, not including the ice cream machine. Cost us, you might as well say $220. I would even go to say $250 because I bought the hosing for the sinks. It's actually heater hose from the auto department store, and it's like $4 a foot. So you might as well just say $250 and call it a day. With the ice cream machine, we have invested $3,618.18 for the total build out, and that's including the tires for the camper. We replaced both tires with brand new tires. Laid down the flooring. I didn't even add the price of the flooring in there because I bought that so long ago. So that's why I would round that up. I bought the flooring like last October on sale as remnants from Menards for like $70. So you might as well say, you know, all in all, $37.50 for everything. All the little odd end things I didn't list on here. I was just going through my receipts that I've kept. So yeah, less than $4,000, you know, for the whole build is not a bad price. And like I said, we've done this over the course of 3 months. And how did I do this like this? Well, we would afterpay and then pay it off. Then we would afterpay again. We used afterpay at Amazon. We used pretty much all the stuff at Home Depot. I paid for myself. The eBay stuff I afterpaid and then paid it off. So we kind of just had it coming out of our paychecks every other week, a certain amount of money to get it all paid off on time. And yeah, we sacrificed our weekends and time and our money from our paycheck, but we spread it out over this 90 days to be able to afford to do it. So now let's talk about the ice cream machine. We did 90 days, same as cash on Progressive Leasing. Comes out to about $1,400. So we have our final health inspection. Today is Tuesday, and earlier you heard me talk about that. We have it coming up on Thursday. Thursday afternoon, we plan to be open. I'm off for Juneteenth, and I'm off Friday. So we're going to run the weekend. And then next weekend, we're going to run. And then we have big events planned for the 4th of July. And that's about where we are. We're about 3 weeks planned right now on setting up in places. So our goal over the next 90 days, starting Thursday when we get approved. And they've been out a couple times. We fixed some things, so we have it all done. 90 days, we want to have this ice cream machine paid off. I know it might not sound a lot to you, but if we pay off the ice cream machine within 90 days, our trailer and everything will be debt free in our business. Then we can start looking at adding something else, maybe a slushy machine or a second. We really want a generator. So after we pay the ice cream machine off, we're going to look into purchasing a generator, and that we will just buy when we make enough money in the business to do that. We probably won't finance anything else for the business right now. That's expensive. A generator, we're looking at like $1,400, something like that, about the same price as the ice cream machine. So yeah, 90-day challenge, boom, I'll blow it up on the screen. $1,400 to pay everything off, said and done, and then we can just make money. It's meant to be a side hustle right now. We both work full-time jobs. My wife does teach, so she's off for June and July, and she goes back in August. So this is just to give us extra income over the summer, pay for vacations, and just to give us a little bit more income coming in so we can get our life turned around, and hopefully it'll turn into a profitable business that we can run in the summer and be a second source of income, and maybe even a full-time gig eventually. We're going to start slow, and if we get a customer base and everything's growing and we're doing big events, and you know, we add more machines, we add a little bit more stuff to have more creative menu, we're gonna do it full throttle and see where it takes us, the Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We hope this is a blessed business and that we can bless people with some tasty treats. So let's talk profit. To serve our ice cream, we had to come up with a profit on what it costs to do a serving. And then what we sell it for. So we ended up doing $4 a serving on a 6-ounce serving of Island Whip or Dole Whip or Dole Soft Serve, whatever you want to call it, Disney Dole Whip. And at $4 a serving, when we feel like we would get multiple purchases at once, like our average ticket might be 2 or 3 at a time. Usually people are in groups or something like that. They're always buying for 1 or 2. So we figured our average ticket would be about $12. We do have floats and maybe some other things coming in the future. But yeah, that's what we want to do. And the price of the mix is about $30, about $25 a bag, depending on what flavor you do. They do about 70 servings of ice cream. So 70 times $4 is what your profit per bag will do. And yeah, you can get about 200 and maybe 10 servings out of a case, which 4 bags come in a case. So yeah, there's profit to be made. The $4 includes tax and credit card fee, because we do take credit cards and tap to pay as well. We just added that in as a basis for the whole price, just $4 including tax and fees per serving. That way we don't have to deal with change other than like 1s and 5s. So it makes it really easy to just give change back, do quick servings out of the ice cream machine, and just have a really easy transition, not having to count change and pennies and things like that. So yeah, comment below what you think of these videos. That's our finances, guys. We were in it, $2,218.18 with the ice cream machine. Total build out, $3,618.18. We'll round that up to $3,750 just for good measure. And that's the build, guys. Just to go buy an empty trailer would cost more than that. The research that I did, just to buy one that size, that's, 8 by 10 or whatever it is. It's not super huge, but it is a full-size enclosed pop-up camper. So yeah, do your research, guys. If If you do want to do a build like this, there's some other YouTube videos around. My way is not the perfect way. It's not the way it's going to work for every person. The thing is, our setup, we're not cooking any food. We're not grilling or making tacos or burgers. To do that, you will have to have vents, ventilation. You will have to have smooth walls with the plastic walls or the stainless in there that's wipeable because of the grease and everything. We went for an easier method, kind of like a lemonade stand or a drink stand, ice cream. We went that direction because it isn't as strict, because it's just ice cream. Our surfaces are wipeable, our walls are wipeable, but we're not dealing with the grease, we're not dealing with the ventilation problems and all that food and everything like that. The ice cream machine is regulated as long as the temperature is right on the ice cream, and it's not even dairy. There's no dairy in it, so that saves on mix going bad, things on the lines and in the machine getting funky and everything like that. We've dealt with that in the past. So yeah, comment, ask questions. I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks guys for watching. Keep watching. We might do some live runs on TikTok when we get open. We're going to keep evolving this trailer. We're going to add some lights, things like that on the outside. And we're going to add a little bit at a time as we can afford it. But follow us on this journey. Appreciate the likes, appreciate all the comments and the encouragement. Follow your dreams, guys. Follow your dreams. Life's too short not to work towards what makes you happy. A 9 to 5 is not, it doesn't have to define who you are. So yeah, I'm a banker. I'm a banker, and but that's not who I want to be. I want to be a business owner. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have my own schedule, make my own hours, and pay myself to work. That's my dream. So follow me. I will encourage you with every fiber in my being to go out and follow your dream, whether it's a job or a career or entrepreneurship or whatever it may be. Go for it. Be happy. Follow your dreams. See you guys on the flip side.